What's going on, my people, and welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews. Man, this is after Christmas, so I'm excited to be back here with you guys. And this movie that we're going to be reviewing today is called Ava. It's a special movie because it stars Jessica Chastain in the title role, and this is also my daughter's name. So I took a liking to it. But was this movie good at the end of the day? Let's take it. Ava Faulkner is a professional assassin played by Jessica Chastain, and she was an overachiever, a drunk, and then a soldier. She's consistently battling her addictions. She got recruited by her superior Duke when she was in the service, played by John Malkovich, into the company that he has, which is basically hired for murder. To his dismay, she continues to ask her victims questions before she kills them. And if we know, if you hire an assassin, you just want them to do the job, right? And her boss's boss, played by Colin Farrell, is concerned. Ava returns to visit her family after an 8-year absence for a little vacation because she has a lot on her mind. Obviously, she's killed already about 40 people up to this point. And she's making good money doing it, though, about $75,000 a head. So you put that 40 times $75,000, it's a lot of money. Her sister is dating her ex-boyfriend, who she was in a serious relationship, played by Colin. It's crazy. Imagine coming back home and you find out your siblings with your ex. Crazy, that's not happening. Right? It was great to see Gina Davidson, that's who plays her mother, who in the beginning of the movie, you see that she's in the hospital for a minor heart attack. With that being said, this has a lot of big name actors, but this movie needs to decide what it wants to be. It has all the elements of a gritty personal drama. It has flashes of being international murderous conglomerate, very similar to a 007 movie. In one moment it has some realism, and in other moments it doesn't. It has all the fighting gun action that you see in a John Wick film, which is tremendous, but a lot of it doesn't come off as real as John Wick's movie does. It hits me all at once in a scene where they're in Saudi Arabia. I'm fine with the exaggerated fighting in the hotel room, and I'm also excited by her pretending to be a damsel in distress the majority of this movie, because she's definitely not a damsel in distress in this. She kicks ass. And like I said, sometimes it's just a little unwatchable, taking on a squad of soldiers that are heavily armed, just being unnecessarily over the top. They don't seem to know how serious to take this movie. It ends up, in my point of view, being a B movie. That's why I ended up on Netflix with a lot of talent who basically are just cashing in some checks. This film censors her as this assassin with addiction problems, and her desire to know what her victims did and are feeling at the time of their murder. And I do love Jessica Chastain, but her action hero ego does not come off as strong. Not as strong as it's supposed to be. At times it's a shame almost, because especially with that fight scene with Malkovich, it seems more potent and lethal than most of the other stuff in the movie. And that's what an action movie should prioritize, right? So if you're more forgiving than me, that aspect, maybe the paper thin story will ring more of this than others. That's evident in my background. And you have really good actors in this, and I feel like they don't get their merits to shine. But, if you went by merits in this movie, everybody was overqualified, some might say. But whatever floats your boat, at the end of the day, this was a mediocre movie with a lot of action. I'll give this a 2.5 out of 5. And go check it out. It's on Netflix. It's called Ava. Definitely leave your comments below if you watched the movie and let me know what you thought. Yeah, definitely leave that comment on our Discord so that we could go and interact with each other. If you liked this video, please hit that like button, hit that notification bell. Until the next one, subscribe.